I'm Laura Laverne, and lucky to be in the live room with the Kills. Alison, Jamie, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you.
I know you've not been well. How are you feeling? Are you okay? I'm worried.
We're on the up, I think. I think so. I mean, we're walking around now instead of walking into walls.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
So you've had a couple of days ill.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. Well, thank you very much for stopping by to see us. You're here in support of the new single Baby Says, which is the third from Blood Pressures. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that true?
Yeah.
What were your original aims when you went into the studio and started making the album?
I don't know if we ever have aims.
Really?
We're quite aimless. No, I mean, not really. There's never... When we went in, it just wasn't like a concept for it or anything like that. It's just... I think this is probably the first time we went into the studio and we actually had songs that were already formed.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
normally you sort of write it right in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually write in the studio, but I think that it's always the same aim, kind of, is just not to repeat ourselves or write the record before it or the one before it or the one before it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's hard being a two-piece band doing that, and we write everything on acoustic guitar, so songs kind of go through the Kills mill until they come out the other side sounding different.
The Kills mill.
Yeah.
I was reading a little bit about what you'd said about this album, and I love that you were talking about the influence on blues in old school blues on your music. But also read that recently, Jamie, you had expanded your listening repertoire to include a bit of reggae, and some of that made it onto the album.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like as a guitar player or like a band with one guitar, reggae's got quite a lot of similarities to that blues thing.
Yeah.
Because you sort of got your bass thumb going, and then that's playing the rhythm. It's kind of quite a lot like blues.
Yeah.
Really.
And how did you get into that then? Was that just a chance thing, or did you think, I've never really, Island Records, they released anything good? Let's find out.
No, I mean, I'd always kind of hated it, really.
Really?
I kind of avoided it, apart from the odd couple of obvious things, and then I think I don't know what happened. I just heard a couple of things that really changed. Yeah.
The more music I listen to, the more I think I don't hate anything. Because even if you've got a bad association with the type of music, it can really put you off.
Yeah.
But then it's almost better when you retrospectively rediscover it for yourself.
But I think there's a time and a place of things, and sometimes they just don't make sense. And then one year you just hear something that you didn't like 2 years ago, and it's suddenly you get it.
Totally.
I don't know why that is, but I suddenly was just listening to a lot of Peter Tosh, and it just really did it for me. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, well, so it's obviously worked. And what about you, Alison? Because I read that you said you've got quite a different approach in the studio to Jamie, in that you kind of embrace the accidents a little more, and you're kind of a bit more about the spontaneous moment, whatever happens with it.
I think because that's what I've got on my side. I'm not great at putting songs together, and I don't have the attention span to sort of sit there and work on it until it's done, like Jamie does. I like to write things like half things and go, that's done, okay. And then I'll just do that 50 times in a day, So he's the one that sort of picks up my mess and turns it into something real.
That's quite a good combination, presumably, complement each other.
Yeah.
Does it ever go through phases where you don't now? Because, you guys have been working together for a good while now. Do you ever kind of go through times where you're like, maybe we're just too different?
No. I mean, there's the odd time when, we'll be writing really different kinds of songs, but then it's just a little bit more challenging how to, realise them and get a thread together. Mm. But no, never. I don't think we've ever really had an argument about music. Mm-hmm. Everything else we argue about, but not about music.
Oh, well, that's just as well. Okay, so I know you're going to play 2 songs for us today. What are we going to hear first?
I'm going to play an acoustic version of Baby Says.
Brilliant.
You take you off, make your blood hum and tremble like
Baby says if ever you see skin as fair, eyes as deep and as black as mine, I know you're lying. Baby says a howl of romance I'll get from all you sleeping dogs, you thugs of God. I'll get one yet. Baby says for all I've forsaken, make something of all the noise and the mess you're making, and all the time it's taken. Baby says there's death in these silver curls, you break open jails, send you diving for pearls, without a care in the world. He says she's dying to meet you, take you off, make your blood hum and tremble like the pinball lights. Baby says a howl of romance I'll get from all you sleeping dogs, you thugs of God. I'll get one yet.
We're special guests of the Horrors.
Yeah.
A couple of shows, part of the Warehouse project. How was that, and how did that come about? Are you? Do you guys, know each other?
Yeah, we toured with them in the States for about
5 weeks.
yeah,
We took them on the
month and a
road
half.
like a couple of years ago.
and it's, I think, yeah, it was.
Was that around Primary Colours time? Was that the last record of theirs, or the first one?
The second record, yeah,
Right.
Primary Colours, yeah,
Right.
yeah, and I think they just, it was like the best tour we'd done. I think
It was fun.
we took them along with us, and then they've exploded, and they're taking us along with them.
I mean, it strikes me, having been buying your records for a long time now, that you've always been slightly outside of whatever the dominant trend is at the time. You kind of, you just sort of plough your own furrow. Is it important in that situation, do you think, to kind of find people that you might not sound like, but you share a kind of outlook with, or you have a kinship with in some way?
Yeah, I mean, we've always wanted to be a band like that sort of operated outside, and
Yeah.
I love those bands like Fugazi, just used to do their own thing, and The Cure, and Sonic Youth, bands like that. They were always bands that unfolded over several records, and I always wanted to be a band like that. And I think it seemed to me, I mean, I know the Horrors have got quite a sort of, they've got quite some goth styling going on, but they really are doing their own thing, I think.
I think the fact that they've made an incredibly commercial record just it seems like accidental to me almost, because they made the last one, and that was like this face melting, brilliant, but like quite a challenging listen for most people, I would have thought. But they just seem to do what they want to do,
Yeah, absolutely.
Irrespective of it. And is that an attitude that you've always had as well, Alison?
Yes.
That'll do. Okay.
Yes.
Moving on. So what is next for you guys? How far ahead do you plan? And will Brixton Academy, I mean, that's going to be like your end of year show, presumably, or are you doing some more live dates after that?
Yeah, we're probably going to do more. I don't know what we were talking about.
Not this year, but
Maybe not Russia. Maybe
Oh
Russia.
yeah, we might go. There's this really incredible photographer. Like he's quite an old man now. He's called Nikolai Bakarev, and I was really interested in what he's doing. I wrote to him, and anyway, it's turned out that he's kind of into doing some sort of project with us, filming or something. So after Brixton, we might nip over to Russia and do a little train journey with him.
I don't know much about the Russian weather, but it strikes me that December might be quite a cold time of year to go.
Yeah,
I am going to bring a jacket. Are you going to bring a jacket?
I'm going to bring a jacket. Yeah.
So that's as far ahead as you plan. When he said, "Come now, it's December." Brilliant, let's do it. Spontaneous.
Yeah,
I like
why
that
not?
approach. Oh, well, listen, we wish you the best of luck with that and all your other adventures. Thank you so much for coming to see
Thank
me. And one more tune before you go. What
Yeah.
is it going to be? And can you tell me something extra about the song before you play it?
Pots and pans and no.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know.
Extra.
Pots and pans. Tell us something extra.
Extra. Well, this song, I wrote this song because I wanted to learn how to play guitar, so I taught myself how to do this kind of like...
Thing.
Yeah. No, Jamie, no, like kind of finger picking. Anyway, I wanted to teach myself to do it, so in order to practice it and remember it, I wrote a song. I wrote lyrics to go with it. So this is Pots and Pans. I can't find enough pots and pans, let alone knives in my kitchen to keep you cooking. I can't find enough love in my heart, let alone in my bones to keep you standing. Cares enough to keep you floating. Ain't a drop left in my tank to move your dead weight. I ain't joking, you're so good. I ain't joking when I said you're so good. And pans, let alone knives in my kitchen to keep you cooking, keep you cooking. I can't find enough love in my heart, let alone in my bones to keep you standing. When the dawn dawns on you, these are the days we'll never forget. When the dawn dawns on you, these are the days we'll never forget. When the dawn dawns on you, these are the days we'll never